Hey, Pretty Girl Club. So I've got another Exotical story time. Be sure to email exoticalsunited@gmail.com if you want your stories to be heard. Thousands of us can't be lying. And I've noticed that we all seem to have very similar experiences with a lot of our friends or family members or people in school. So I'm really excited about this series and I'm excited to actually hear from some of you guys what your experiences have been in regards to your skin tone, pretty girl problems, and things like that. But let's go ahead and get into this story. She says, "Hello, Exoticals United. I watch a lot of your YouTube videos, and honestly, I can relate to almost all of them. While I am not biracial, I am of a lighter skinned complexion. Sometimes I watch your videos with my mother, and she believes you are a straight talker, lol. Anyway, yes, I went through so much throughout the years regarding my skin complexion. Although in the black community, having light skin can be seen as a privilege, it was quite the opposite for me. Whenever a guy liked me in high school, I was always told that I only look good because I wear makeup, have big boobs, and have light skin for a teenager. This was coming from young boys who were friends with girls who would always look me up and down and make up rumors about me. Have you ever noticed that? Whenever other people pedestalize you or they view you as a threat, they automatically look you up and down or they start making up rumors to sabotage you because they don't want you to have the halo effect. The halo effect is when a person is attractive, a lot of other people who are attracted to you, they will often associate other positive qualities with you. And I've noticed that people who are jealous, they try to sabotage your reputation or they want to automatically make you look bad in the eyes of others because they don't want you to receive that halo effect. They don't want other people to think positively of you. So they are trying to socially sabotage you because they feel like you already have a social advantage just by being pretty. Let's continue. Went through the worst fetishization as a young teen. I was always oversexualized and went through harsh criticisms about my physique and my overall appearance. Have you ever noticed that when somebody pedestalizes your body, or when you actually look kind of good, basically, then people feel the need to say, oh, you're pretty, but you need to work on this, or oh, your shape, it looks nice, but you're kind of bouncing and jiggling a little bit. Like I remember for me when I used to do runway modeling, some of the other girls that were haters, they would be like, oh, your thighs are kind of jiggling a little bit when you walk. And it's like, okay, if I'm skinny and look good enough to be a model, why do you care? And why are you staring at my body that hard to where you have criticisms about my body? Meanwhile, if you were to walk up to somebody who's obese and considered to be extremely unattractive, and you tell them that their body jiggles or that they don't look that great, then you would be called a mean girl bully. Anyway, let's continue. Not going to lie, I did overreact to those comments and got outside of my character because whenever a guy likes you and he is seen as the ladies' man, so many women will try to scrutinize and humble you. I'm not even a fighter, but felt like fighting at the moment. Additionally, it got worse as I went to college. I transferred to a university during the pandemic and dealt with frenemies who always felt the need to mention my skin complexion, saying, "You think you're all that," or "You don't even have a personality." Oh my God, I have gotten this comment since I was literally in elementary school that I think I'm all that or that I am conceited. I know that there are thousands of ladies on this channel who happen to, be mixed race or they look mixed, even if they are monoracial. If they have maybe a lighter complexion or they're just pretty, then people will start saying, "You think you're all that." And I've noticed that in reality, it's no, you think I'm all that. That's why you're saying that. Because a lot of times when people say you think you're all that or you're conceited, and you ask them to give examples, like give me an example of what I did or said that was conceited, they don't name any actual examples. They'll just be like, oh, well, you try to dress up all the time. You're trying to outdress others. Okay, so because you feel like I outdressed you, then it must be because I am purposely trying to outdress others. Have you ever noticed how a lot of women who say that other women bullied them or were colorist or anti-black towards them, etc. A lot of times they cannot name any actual concrete evidence of, hey, you said XYZ, or you did this, or you said XYZ negative comment about my appearance or negative comment about my complexion. But over here on the MLS side, we have plenty of witness accounts where people directly say stuff about our complexions or our hair textures or our mixed race heritage, or they accuse us of being anti-black for simply acknowledging our family members who are non-black. Let's continue. She said, even women I did not know would give me death stares and get mad because the guy that they liked flirted with me. Sometimes I would just ignore it, but over some time I distanced myself from these women because every time I would talk about a guy I liked, automatically I would get dismissed and was made fun of for the days when I did not dress my cutest. For example, going to the gym. Oh my gosh, this has literally happened to me before too at church. I noticed one time we were at church and we were like doing some little summer camp type of event. And I remember I wore a t shirt, like an oversized t shirt, and some leggings. And I remember this one guy, he literally felt the nerve to comment that, oh, that outfit that you're wearing, I mean, it looks okay. Like, it doesn't look that great. And notice how if you, as the pretty girl, if you comment on anybody else's outfit, you are automatically Regina George, you are a bully, you are mean, you're trying to put others down, and you think you're better than others. So have you ever noticed how people can keep that energy with you? They can nag you, they can talk down on you, but you can't do that to them. If you do that to them, you think you're better. And people do this because they view you as being higher up on a social hierarchy than them. And so they're trying to limit the types of behaviors or actions you can take from your position of power. It's kind of like how in a video game, when you're on level 1, your character only has certain abilities, right? But if a person is higher up or on a higher level than that character, that person may have greater abilities. So I've noticed that some people, they literally are walking around in this world like video game Sims or something, and they are viewing you as, level 2. You're like the level 2 version of them. You're like the higher level version that they wish they were. And so if you flex that, then they're going to take it as bullying. She says, not to sound conceited, but I do get a lot of attention from black men, even ones that are high caliber men. So now I am in the process of being more careful about who I spend my time with. We are in a movement right now where people are calling out colorism, and I am here for it, because I will never understand that kind of pain. However, light skin bias is a real thing as well, and the black community will never improve if we as black women are so mean and catty to each other. I believe that all skin complexions are gorgeous, and we have to stop tearing each other down over our overall appearance. It's shallow and extremely petty. Yeah, this is also why I talk a lot about decentering men on this channel, because I truly do believe that the colorism, texturism, featureism argument and the beef that women have with one another, it is male-centered. Because if you look at a lot of the black women empowerment YouTube channels and you hear them complain about colorism, most of the time their colorist experiences aren't even with an MLS woman. It's with a black man or some man that chose an MLS woman over her. And so then she'll be like, oh, people are colorist, they don't want to choose me. I'm at the bottom. Light-skinned women get more likes and messages on Tinder, and I don't. So notice how it's all male-centered. As soon as you decenter men and stop basing your whole self-esteem and self-worth and happiness off of whether or not a man chooses you, about 90% of your insecurities about your physical appearance will go away. And also notice how people, they get mad at rappers and stuff who say they want someone light-skinned. But it's like, first of all, those rappers are not a prize. Secondly, are we still listening to those rappers? And third, why are you basing your self-esteem off of a man? So once again, it's still male-centered. You're centering a man that you don't even know and will never meet. You are centering a dusty rapper and allowing him to determine your self-esteem. No, you have the power as the consumer. You get to cancel him. Notice how Lil Wayne is not on the same level as a rapper as he used to be. That's because the market gets to cancel him. You as the consumer get to decide, hey, I'm not listening to his music, I'm not buying his music, I'm not watching anything with him in it. Anyway, what do you ladies think? Let me know in the comments section and I'll talk to you next time. Stay pretty, ladies.